Thanks to FabFitFun for sponsoring this update. The fall box is now on pre-sale and starts shipping August 20th, so get 10% off the box when you visit fabfitfun.com and use promo code THEKNOW. Welcome to The Know, I'm Ashley. The march towards RTX Austin marches on. I'm so excited to see you guys this weekend. Shout out in the comments if we're gonna see you here. We're doing our Nobody's Happy Hour on Friday. That's gonna be really exciting, so make sure you get the RTX app so you can keep track of all the cool events we got planned. Yay! You know what? We'll put a link in the description because it's on the App Store and everything. It'll be great. Anyway, news. The PlayStation 4 has been in the lead for this entire console generation in terms of hardware sales. Now it's shaping up to be one of the best-selling systems of all time. According to a recent company presentation, worldwide shipments of the PS4 are now at more than 82.2 million. That's shipping, not sales, but they'll probably sell through, so it's kind of a predictive number. Forecast raised the numbers that Sony expects to sell this fiscal year from 16 million up to 17 million. So, if that all pans out, the PlayStation 4 will end the current fiscal year with 99 million units shipped, which is very impressive considering only 3 home consoles have sold more than 100 million. The Wii, the original PlayStation, and the PlayStation 2. So, PS4 is in some very good company in terms of sales, and not bad for a console that's still less than 5 years old, too. This could end up making all kinds of history. There was a little bit of bad news, though, for Sony. The number of PlayStation Plus subscribers was actually down this quarter, dropping from 33.9 million users from 34.2 million. Not a huge shift, but you don't usually see those numbers go down, so curious to see what's up there. We got a look at the multiplayer in Call of Duty Black Ops 4 thanks to a new trailer that showed off a ton of gameplay, and now we know when we're going to be able to get our hands on the beta. It's going to be first available for PlayStation 4 players starting August 3rd, which is just a few days away, and the beta looks pretty beefy too. According to the trailer, there will be 10 playable specialists, 6 multiplayer maps, and 6 multiplayer modes, and of course the new weapons and equipment. You can access the private beta by pre-ordering the game, so, you know, beta, yeah, loose term, I guess. No word yet on when it's going to be available for other platforms, though. In addition to some multiplayer footage, we also got a very quick look at its blackout mode, aka the Battle Royale. The part of the trailer that focused on 2 different groups of players. Each group had 4 people, so it looks like there will be some squad-based options. Someone was using a sniper rifle on a helicopter. That was pretty cool. Beta for the blackout mode is coming on September. It looks like it's going to include a couple of all-time favorite maps from the Call of Duty franchise, and the game itself is releasing on PC, PS4, and Xbox One on October 12th. Looks like the upcoming Spider-Man exclusive for PlayStation 4 is all ready to go. Its studio, Insomniac Games, tweeted the game has gone gold, which means it's completed. It is now in the final stage before it's released. Usually, for physical media, this is when it gets sent off to print. And the studio also included a screenshot of Spidey sitting at a desk with his own picture behind him in a nod to the famous meme. The game features a grown-up Peter Parker facing off against a number of supervillains in New York, which has just elected his nemesis Norman Osborn as mayor. Other bad guys who've made cameos in the game's trailer include Mr. Negative, Electro, Scorpion, Vulture, Rhino, and crime boss Kingpin. The game's a little over a month away. It's releasing on September 7th. Since they are doing a special limited edition Spider-Man PS4, curious to see if that will help continue to push those PS4 numbers up. Now, speaking of console sales, the Switch also doing pretty well. Nintendo now says they've sold a total of nearly 19.7 million Switches worldwide as of the end of June. So, a little out of date there. As for software, they've sold more than 83.9 million units. They also broke out some sales of specific games. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze sold 1.4 million units, not bad for a Wii U game. Mario Tennis Aces sold 1.38 million units, and Nintendo Labo sold 1.39 million units for both packs, which is kind of crazy if you think about it, because that means that Nintendo Labo, which costs more than any of the other games, sold about on par. So that's an interesting look into how well that's doing. As for 3DS, it's hit nearly 72.9 million units sold and more than 367.8 million games. Thanks to those sales, Nintendo said its profit is up 42% over last year to $394.6 million. Interestingly though, Switch hardware sales for the quarter, they're down more than 4%, so a little bit of a downswing there with 1.88 million units sold, but the company's banking on games like Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, as well as Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which are both coming out in the holiday period, November, December, respectively, to give those hardware numbers a huge boost for the gift-giving season. One more interesting note from Nintendo, they said that the upcoming Pokemon RPG for Switch will release in late 2019. Probably not a huge surprise for anyone, but that's in there as well. If you want to put the launch numbers for Nintendo into perspective, they're tracking about 1 million units behind where PlayStation 4 was at this point in its life cycle. So if it can continue on, we could be looking at a couple real heavy hitters this generation. And while we're on the subject of Nintendo, it's currently running an eShop summer sale for both the Switch and 3DS. Summer sales pretty common in the industry nowadays. Platforms like Steam tend to slash prices on a bunch of games, and it looks like Nintendo is running one of the biggest summer sales yet for their platform, with about 70 discounts for games across the two systems. Games discounted for the Switch include Just Dance 2018, NBA 2K18, South Park: The Fractured But Whole, and Lego Marvel Super Heroes 2. For the 3DS, Mario Kart 7, Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D, and more are also on sale, and that sale is going through August 9th, so if you want to get some Nintendo games a little bit on the cheap, there you go. Looks like the Switch port of Dark Souls has been delayed potentially. Now, you might remember that the remastered version of the classic game was initially scheduled to release in May, along with the versions on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. But back in April, the game's official Twitter account announced, due to the nature of causality, we must announce that the Nintendo Switch version of Dark Souls Remastered will be pushed back to summer of 2018. The other versions released as scheduled May 25th. We are now in summer of 2018 and we still haven't heard anything about the Switch version. Well, a recent email sent out by Nintendo has the game listed as coming 2018, now just quietly dropping the summer part. So maybe it's kind of delayed again. It could be they run into some sort of issues holding things up. We don't have any official word yet, but maybe just cool the hype thrusters a little bit. 10 days after Disney dismissed James Gunn from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, his cast has banded together to release a joint statement in support of their director. Gunn was fired after a couple of conservative groups started an outrage train when they dug up some shocking and really pretty disgusting tweets he made on social media years before joining the Disney team, about 2008-ish. The joint statement was signed by the team, including Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Bradley Cooper, Vin Diesel, Dave Bautista, Karen Gillan, and Michael Rooker, Palm Clemente, and Sean Gunn, and shot out all over their social media pages. It's a long, pretty thoughtful response that acknowledges that the jokes were not cool, but testifies to him being a good guy with a good heart who didn't deserve to be treated the way he was, and that he has clearly grown as a human since he made those jokes. Chris Pratt said in a comment on his Instagram post that in no uncertain terms, he'd love to see Gunn reinstated as director of the third Guardians film. Whether Disney's going to take this letter to heart or not is still unknown. May help that their merger with Fox has become all but finalized and that the shareholders have voted, which may be one of the reasons that they acted so quickly to boot him. Time will tell. When Moviepass members showed up to theaters last Friday, getting all excited to see the latest Mission Impossible movie, they found themselves oddly unable to access it on their app. It wasn't a tech issue, wasn't a glitch. Moviepass literally just didn't have the money to pay for the tickets their members were buying. The subscription ticket service has been flailing over the past few months, trying to find a way to make the too good to be true price point of $10 a month for unlimited movie tickets work, pissing off all their members in the process. First, they eliminated repeat viewings of movies, then began adding in Uber-esque surge pricing upcharge for popular films. Now they've announced their next change to the service. Moviepass will be blacking out pretty much any big release on opening weekend. They've officially said Christopher Robin and The Meg won't be available on their opening weekends, and speculation is that's going to become the norm and every new release will be taken off the service. This is on the heels of the stock in parent company Helios and Matheson stock plummeting to disastrous levels. In just 5 trading sessions, the company lost 95% of their value, dropping from over $20 a share to around 80 cents. That's not good. People have been predicting the demise of Moviepass for months now. They've still found ways to keep it afloat, but I don't know if they're going to do it this time. It's looking pretty dire for them right now. There's a lot of speculation that really the second movie theater started doing their own subscription services, that was going to be the end for Moviepass. And hey, guess what? They are. So we'll see how that goes. But if you got Moviepass, get the movie in while the movie is good, I guess, because we don't know if you're going to have much longer. All right, that about does it for the news this roundup. Let us know what you think of all these updates in the comments down below to make sure you get all the crazy news from every corner of the internet every weekday. Like this video. If you're new around here, subscribe to The Know, and hopefully we are seeing you this weekend at RTX and we can all catch up and have a drink together. Shout out to FabFitFun for sponsoring this update. FabFitFun is the seasonal subscription box that delivers full-size fashion, beauty, home, fitness, and wellness products. No trial size here, folks. I got one of the editor's boxes, and it is pretty rad. There's a full-size lotion that smells really great, a nice sleep mask, there's a cleanser in there, a lip palette that's actually got me trying new colors again. No joke, I find lipstick kind of intimidating, which is why you don't usually see me wear any, but when I popped the palette open and saw all the colors, it was like, it's like a big girl version of a new toy. I wanted to try them all out. So to lower the intimidation factor, after we've shot out the last few days, I've been trying the different colors and surprisingly really enjoying them. I know that usually you put all the makeup on before you shoot things, but I did it after. That's fine. Anyway, I've been really enjoying them. So hey, red lip, here we are. The items in the fall box retail for over $275, and every box includes a pair of Glam Glow Bubble Sheet Masks and a Beauty Blender Pro, which is something I've fallen in love with for putting on foundation. Anyway, I digress again. The FabFitFun fall box is now on pre-sale for $49.99, but if you want to get all the fun stuff and get $10 off your first box, visit fabfitfun.com and use promo code THEKNOW.